Come follow me and bring your spirits to the carnival. You see it can't get wicked in this carnival. Evil spirits, we the sickest kind of carnivores. We are carnivores. We rip apart your skull. Come follow me and bring your spirits to the carnival. You see it can't get wicked in this carnival.
What up, y'all? It's Roxy RiddleboX, and we are here with the one and only lyrical beast, Insane Poetry.
Indeed. What's up?
What's up, yo? So first of all, I want to thank you very much for taking your time out of your day today to do this with me. I do appreciate you.
No doubt. You know, I don't do this much anyway, so it's like, yeah. He's like, hey, what does he have? He's drinking.
Oh, he's drinking the energy drink. Shit, y'all.
I don't even like these things, but got the tour coming up, working hard.
Gotta do what you gotta do. So, can you tell us a little bit about about where you got started, kind of some of your inspirations and influences? You know, a little bit of LA, a little bit of Chicago.
Well, I'm okay. As far as music and everything, I'm actually from the West Coast. That's from LA. I was just in Chicago for about a year. And that was well after being in California. Musically, though, I was actually born in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay.
6 months, moved to the West Coast, Compton, California. I was in Compton for quite a numerous of years. Went from Compton to Cerritos. So went to high school in Cerritos. Spent a part-time in a city called Cypress for a minute. My mom and all of that, they get down to Cypress. From there, I've been
everywhere.
Right now, I'm being in between Denver. Shout out to the 303.
303 family.
Yes, indeed.
Always.
Home, mountain high. And between there and Houston, my H-Town. Shout out to my H-Town ninjas out there. And my peoples out there. My bros, they out there. My family out there also. So, got a lot of people across the states that, that I know personally. Even before doing this to this degree, yeah.
Nice. I got family in Texas as well, so shout outs to all the
shout out to the
Texas ninjas.
Austin, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, all the ninjas out there. Houston, Lubbock, San Antonio, just people. I mean, there's fans all across Texas. Just a shout out to Texas in general. So
absolutely.
They've been showing a lot of love to LSP. I was a little late, Shout out to my man Clarence, JP the Hustler, my LSP label mate soldiers out there. Shout out to them, holding down Texas.
Working hard out there.
Yes.
Always. Hell yeah. So, I guess another thing I want to know is, what kind of inspired you to start creating like dark and wicked shit, and what can you tell us about a Mr. Shane Madman?
That's my guy. That's crazy. Shane Madman. I didn't know he was going to hit me with that question. That's funny. Actually, Shane, man, let's start there. Shane, to me, was the guy who inspired me to write what was already inside of me anyway. So, he was a person who one day battled an East Coast rapper in my high school, and he was doing those LL Cool J rhymes. Oh, not that LL Cool J rhymes, but really those really easy rhymes and stuff like that. And the East Coast dude battled and made him look stupid. He lost. So he went home and started writing, and he came back the next week, and everybody was just waiting for this battle to happen again. and he changes his style up, and he starts rapping all this wicked shit, and it was right up me and a few other people's alley, because I think that's just what we were just, we were fucking with anyway. So
that wicked shit.
Yeah, it was just what it was. I mean, but it wasn't called the wicked shit. It was nothing. It was just like, oh shit, we like the same type of horror type shit,
Right.
sentiment, that type of shit, because that was many years ago. Ooh, that was a lot of years ago. It has evolved into a lot of different things, which is cool, man. Not just our angle, because you have Esham. Shout out to Esham. You have Brother Lynch. You have Brother Lynch. Shout out to Esham. Those dudes, those dudes are on another platform of it. And they had their own brand of it. It was me and Lynch living on the West Coast, so we had our own different brand of it with X-rated. And then you had the Ghetto Boys and the people before them and all that. You have Necro. You have there's so many others to name off that go back, but we never even heard of each other. We were just doing this shit from the essence of where we was doing it from. So it's cool to be where things is now and all that stuff like that. So I'm glad to be a part of it at least. I don't want to be a king. I don't want to be none of that shit. I know I gets it the fuck in. I still do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't give a fuck about other shit. Y'all can have that shit. So,
LSP all day, y'all. Hey. Hell yeah. So,
Triple MFD.
Triple MFD.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. If y'all don't know what that's about, you sleeping on it.
Maybe we should have burnt that L. I'm just, what I mean? I'm always thinking about smoking.
Hey, we always got another L, so it's all good.
Oh, sure, yes.
Absolutely.
We'll have to edit and burn one.
That's what I'm saying. We can always edit.
Shout out to everybody out there, man. I've been following the underground, following Insane Poetry and stuff like that, man. Many chapters I could talk about, in my life or whatnot. I could talk about a whole bunch of shit, but, as you see, we're working, we're busy, we're getting ready for this tour. Shout out to my brother, actually, Scum, the Gore Father, and my brother Lynch. He's gonna be on the road with us. My bro.
Shout outs to Lynch.
Yes, indeed. My bro Scott Murph gonna be on the tour with us. AXC, my brother's AXC, A and B, it's Triple MFD. The Axis family. Make sure you guys come fuck with us. Come fuck with us. We're gonna come out and rock out, man. You're gonna get your money's worth. If you guys like some really grimy, aggressive hip hop, dark. How we bring it, Axe Murder Boys. We all got our own flavor, man. It's gonna be hella crazy in there. So come fuck with us, and we going nationwide with it too. So shout out to my boys. Anyway.
Hell yeah! Make sure you make it out, everybody. Don't miss out on that shit.
We gotta find out what the Denver date is though.
It's March 23rd.
March 23rd. Oh shit! The day before my brother's birthday. Yeah. That's where at the Roxy. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, I know this was a while back, but I know you were a DJ for K-Day back in the day. Was that?
K-D-A-Y.
Yeah. Was that before or after your 88 debut single, 12 Strokes Till Midnight?
Good question. No, DJing was first.
Okay.
DJing was first. Because I was in high school. I tried out. I was trying to remember, so I remember this guy. I never forget this guy. His name was Tony Emerson. He was just his brother. I told him I was going to try out to be a mix master for a radio station called K-Day, which he just asked me about. And so I knew I had turntable skills. I was a turntablist before I was a rapper.
That's dope.
So I had that skill set, and but I was not so outwardly like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out here and go amongst wolves and go show them I can get on the turntables when I was barely even leaving my city. So it was like, I was kind of I was still in high school, so I was like not really prepared. So my boy said, man, if you don't go try out to even be a mix master, you're not gonna be a mix master. You already know the equation,
right?
So I was like, damn, that's that stuck with me, and it stuck with me in everything I do now. It's like since, but I didn't know that was a driving force. Is that I know it ain't gonna. The failure, it may happen. So what? But you can never achieve that if you don't even try. So that was the scenario. I went and tried, and bam, I became a mix master. It was crazy. I had a skill set, and it worked. And shout out to all those guys, man. Back in the 1580K day, Greg Mack is still on. I see him on the gram. I see him on the book. I'm like, oh, okay, everybody working. That's the whole thing. Is like, just as long as you're working, or your life is good and your life is positive. I don't care if you're climbing mountains and being in one with the earth. Is whatever it is. Make sure you say you're healthy and doing that.
Right. Do whatever you got to do.
We out here grinding.
Right on. Mm-hmm. That's dope. So, can you tell these folks a little bit about, remember that mic battle that came out a while back on Deadly Grounds? And was there 2 songs on that? And where can one find a copy of that? Okay,
first of all, there's a huge story behind that, which is not really huge if you're on the other side of the fence. I'm gonna give you all a little brief synopsis of that item. 2 mic thing. One of my guys that helped produce an album that I never put out, called Ain't Got No Brain Cells. It's the ones that actually have surfaced are an altered version of the original version. There's a few people that do have the original version in its entirety, from start to finish, without it being altered. I am not one of those people. I got that lost in a computer crash and all of that.
Damn technology.
It's people out there that got it, and I know where I can get it. So I'm not too stressing it.
That's cool.
But the producer behind that, his name is M Boogie. Shout out to M Boogie. His name is Matt Terrio. Matt does real estate now. Matt said, "Fuck music, nigga. I'm going to go here."
That's where the real money's at, y'all.
Shout out to my real estate. Go get the bread, So we're gonna have to talk when we get it up. We gotta run it up a little bit. So, my man Matt, he had this track, and we was working, and he was like, "Man, I got this idea. I want to do this instrumental. You do a song over this instrumental, and I'm gonna have another MC do his song over the instrumental." And I'm like, "Oh, it's cool, word."
Okay.
I didn't trip on how he was going to promote that shit, which pissed some people off the bat, because he set the promo up, and I didn't even see the shit because I was kind of in a funk. I had a kid. I was having all kind of different things was going on. It was like not really a funk, but I just wasn't really focused in like that. So he was just trying to get me in the studio to get me back going, and the cover ended up being a mic with boxing gloves, and it's like fighting another mic with boxing gloves, and the other person just happened to be Rocker Irish Science from Dilated Peoples.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for real? Like, dude, and the crazy thing is, that's my guy. I respect this guy, like, for real. I remember one year I dropped How You Gonna Reason with a Cyco 12-inch single. I was in he was working at one of these stores. I think it was Third Rail Graffiti Art Store or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. Could be a little bit off on that. But I remember seeing him, and he was telling me about the record and stuff like that, and he knew the record. And that was then. And then I remember, then I started watching them blow up, him and Evidence and everything like that. They were doing well on the West Coast, and they started doing really good. But I was a fan of their music, actually. So I ended up doing a song with this record, and people thought me and Rocker had
some kind of beef going on.
And it was not even like that. I didn't even know he was on the record until the record was out, because I didn't check dude about, I didn't ask, hey man, who was on the record, because I was too far caught up in what I was doing. So it was really my fault, really, but at the same time, that record, I guess it caused people to talk. But then my follow-up single called Shroom Vision, and I mentioned Dilated Peoples in Shroom Vision. And I mentioned them, right? I say this line, and then I say a line right after that, and I mention their name, and I think people were correlating that line with the next line, and it made them think that I was shooting shots at them, and then they were thinking people were mad because of the prior single, and I'm like, no, it's not even like
That's
that,
not how
bro.
it is.
I mean, I got love for these dudes like that, like for real, and I'm like, I'm just, each line is just, you know, building blocks. I'm moving on, and when you really have it break it down, you'll see that. But at the moment in time, people wasn't feeling it like that. So, and yeah, that's, you know, and I got some calls about it. You know, Evidence called me. He wasn't happy. Rocker called me. I explained it to him. And at that time, I was kind of rolling with some really different type of dudes. I wasn't really rolling with no rap dudes. I was rolling with some street dudes, and they was like, you know, don't entertain it, you know, like that, because it wasn't that serious. Because I looked at it like it wasn't that serious. I'm like, bro, we don't, it ain't that serious.
Just a track,
it's
yeah.
Well, no, but other people try to, you know, that's the one thing I learned is others will try to create energy that ain't there, because that's just how negative energy works. So they was kind of riled dude up on whatever extra, and he had some extra things to say to me, and you know, and it was like, I'm like, hey, bro, you know, it ain't that, because if it was that level of it, my guys don't even operate on rap shit. We come down there on that other shit, right. So it's not even like that. So, but we weren't even trying to even go that route. But you know, I explained to him none of that shit, and so, and it just, you know, it was a weird conundrum for me, because this is a guy that I trust to do my production and music, and I like him. But he had an angle, because I was coming at it from a pure angle. He was coming at it from a marketing strategy on how to build, and he was just starting his label. So I wasn't understanding that business. I didn't really think about stuff like that until I hooked up with Scum, obviously, years later. You know, so I was in hip hop for hip.
So real quick, I just wanted to touch on a couple of fun facts with you, Cyco, about Vanilla Ice and you working with him for a little while.
Right.
So you've rocked the Gathering stage with him.
Mm-hmm.
You have possibly maybe written 10 songs off that album Mind Blowin' in '94. Yep. And also fucking worked with him for what, a little over a decade, something like that.
Yeah, part of my life. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And
that's dope. I feel like a lot of people don't know about that. So, I mean, any highlights throughout that time? You know, is he a cool dude?
Yeah,
what's up?
I mean, V Ice was going through something. He's a human being. He was going through things at a time where, you know, where rappers that were white wasn't getting accepted, but from black rappers at the time, and because it took a skill set and a certain thing, and they didn't feel like he was living up to that at the beginning. I was one of them at one time too. You know, I'm from the West Coast. We was getting judged from East Coast rappers, so we had to step our bars up. That's what we felt like, you know. And so, you know, I ended up doing music with Rodney O for quite a while, and I realized that wasn't really what was making the people pop off. It was writing good songs, and you know, we had the opportunity to work with Vanilla Ice because he was fond of Rodney O to another level, and I happened to be in that camp, you know, and so, and I did a lot of writing in that camp, and so I naturally went with them. We saw how it happened, really. We were in 7-Eleven one day, you know. We're living in the valley. It's a lot of actors and shit was living out in the West Coast. They were living up in the valley. And Encino was where we were at. You know, me, Rodney, and Joe Cooley. And so, me and Rodney, we had like a routine. We'd go up to 7-Eleven, get a hot dog, go check out the magazines of all the other artists and shit, like Teen Beats and shit like that was back in the day. And one day we picked up one, and it had Vanilla Ice saying his favorite artist was Rodney and Joe Cooley. We were like, oh shit. Wow. Like, what? Did you see this shit right here? And so naturally the next progression was to seeing if we could, you know, get something together that'd be kind of dope. And Rodney actually had his people reach out to the Ice's people, which was Tommy Quan at the time. I think they still were working together, I think. And I know his son is working with him, but this is just done right here. But he reached out to Tommy, and Tommy made it happen. The next thing I know, we're flying from you know, the West Coast, from Encino, California, to Miami to go work on Vanilla Ice's next record. So yeah, we met him. He lived on a place called Star Island out there in Florida, in Miami. And Star Island, you really only had two ways to get in there. One by boat, and the other was by, you needed to have some access granted to get on. You just wasn't getting on there.
Right.
So I had to know you coming. But so he had a big mansion out there and this big yacht. It was 53-foot yacht. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was some other shit. It was like going and stepping into another world. Trust me.
Right. I've never been to Florida, and like
Florida
a yacht and an island. That sounds crazy. So
coming from the West Coast, and I did some, did some shows and stuff like that with Rodney. I did a lot of shit with Rodney and Joe Cooley in my life, but I hadn't seen Florida until that point, and not like that. And it was we still worked. We did a lot of work, and like most of the time, I didn't really get to see Florida like to look at it, because we'd go in the studio and then we'd go, we'd be in there all night till about 7, 8 in the morning, and you go back to the hotel, eat, sleep, and return and do the same thing. So I really never saw the place much, but I know he had celebrities that lived around him. That lived around him at the time. So, so that was pretty cool.
Quite the experience.
Quite the experience.
So now how about a couple of fun questions for y'all? So, the mountains or the beach?
Oh.
What
I'm in the 303 right now. I'm going to say the mountains. Mountains is serene. So is the beach, though. But the mountains for me.
Mountains? Hell yeah. Alright, and what's some of your favorite foods? Like, if you go to Texas or something, what's somewhere you gotta eat, you can't miss out on? Like, where do you gotta go get some dang food at? Even around here, wherever. Just some of your favorite foods.
There's a lot of them. I'm in Colorado. I'm in Colorado right now. Denver is a lot. Let's go to 16th Street. Everything is down there.
Anything you could want.
Yeah, it's the vendors down there are crazy. It's fucking popping. I definitely dig that down there. There's a whole bunch of barbecue, whatever you like. It's all down there. For me, Texas is obviously barbecue, depending on what part of the cities I'm in. Each city has a different type of thing, but everything is big in Texas. That's truth.
Barbecue especially.
Yeah, I fucks with it. So that's my thing. I do. I'm a soul food person as a favorite item of mine, but I bounce around. I like Chinese. I'll go Italian.
A little bit of this and that.
A little bit Mexican.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love food.
Pollo. Yes.
Fajitas. Hell yeah. Alright, so the start of you and Scum working together. Your guys' first collab was Generation X.
Yes, yeah.
Right, and that was dropped on New Year's Day, I believe, of 2007?
I wouldn't be able to say...
Something like that.
I wouldn't be able to say yes or no to the exact date of that, but I'm pretty sure you've done your homework. And I'm sure that's probably the date. So I'm just going to go ahead and say you're probably right.
Cool. So since 07 about, y'all been working together. Yeah. That's a good grip. And obviously your musical chemistry was off the chain, off the charts and all that shit. And people loved it. There was a great response to Triple MFD. And soon after that, you flew out to Denver to do your first show in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know, how was that response and turnout to, how was the response and turnout for that first show in Colorado?
Well,
With Scum.
Okay, well, when he brought me out to the Unbound Underground, I think that's what it was called. This is true facts. There's like 600 people in the building. It was at this place called the Atzlan Theater, downtown Denver.
The Atzlan Theater.
Atzlan, yes.
Okay. Damn, that's dope.
We got there about 12 noon. Now, the merch booth and all that shit was set up not to where you could see the show. So it was set up way when the people came in, they could see the merch. Then they went into the show and stuff like that.
Sort of like the marquee here in Denver.
Yeah.
There's a big wall.
Yeah.
And
like
the stage is way back,
yeah,
you know, behind that wall.
Exactly
So.
the same concept. Well, that was what we were dealing with. First of all, we hadn't even no idea what we were dealing with because we'd never seen any of this before. And so we bring our little stuff, and you know, Scum was like, "I got a little spot for you on my table." So he puts us along with his table and stuff like that. So that was cool. So he had people who was hired to work the merch at that particular time. So what I did basically was I sat there from noon and I stayed there and I shook everybody's hand that performed, that came off stage. I didn't care if there was a whack or not, or good or whatever the case may be. I just was there. I was happy to be there, and I wanted to let everybody know that, whether you knew who I was or didn't. So I did that, and I think that's why Scum fucked with me, because well, obviously he liked me for other reasons.
Right.
And that's why he flew me out there, or flew me and JP out there, so he flew us out. But he liked my album Faith and Chaos a lot, enough to do that. But I wasn't the asshole artist, and he saw that I was just giving, like,
showing love.
Yeah, I was showing love.
Yeah.
And so I did that for like 12 hours, and we finally went on. And here's the crazy thing is, Frankie Grudge, shout out to Frankie, his mom had passed away. Like, he had found out earlier that day, and so he was there. It was super emotional, so he had and I was going on right after him. It's like all these people are watching him, and when he gets off stage, right, they're like, disappear. All right, Cyco, it's your turn.
Oh, damn.
I was like, damn. So I probably performed it for about 30 people. It was an experience. I stayed there the whole day.
It just happened to be unfortunate timing, I suppose, because the response to y'all was, was killer. So,
but here's the thing: Scum usually hires people, and he hires them for a reason, what this or that, and he doesn't bring them. He doesn't hire them back if he has a bad thing about him, or maybe they just didn't, because Scum is a businessman,
right?
So it didn't have the draw for him. For something about me, it made me. He's like, I got to bring him back. So the next time I came back out, he had did a little bit more promotion through Denver with the Faith and Chaos album, and when I got back out here, it was like 200-300 people was watching at the time. Then it was much better. It was much better energy. I came out with two other of my homeboys, and that was with us at the time too. So, my boy Jay Sparks, Lowdown, they was fucking with us West Coast dudes. So they was out here in Denver. They got the taste. What they gotta get a little fingertip of what I am now currently and the marinated in the stew of this underground scene. They got to get a little taste of it, and it takes a lot to actually get this far in it, and that's why it's much love to anybody who's still doing this shit for real, because this is you have to work at this shit. This is not given to you. The young artists, I can't even give you more game than just you got to keep doing the shit, because if you don't, you can already believe that it's over.
It ain't easy. Nothing worth having is easy to get.
You can't be lazy at this shit.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So I guess my next question is, what are some of the biggest obstacles and challenges you've had to overcome throughout your career?
Right now, age. Right now, age. Let me tell you why. Because people think because of your age, you're supposed to be slacking. Well, nobody's doing it whoop-de-whoop or whatever. But I'm just like, I look at it like, if you've been doing it, what is your end game? What was you originally doing it for? Right. What was your purpose of doing it for?
What was that spark?
Yeah, for me, I slid out the fallopian to the uterus of music, not just my mother, of music, my nigga. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like, truthfully, that's why I've been doing it and still do it to this day, is because that's what I was supposed to be doing.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, already no question. No question. My father told me when I was young, it's like breaking down the cribs. He's like, man, I'm buying these cribs for this motherfucker, and he keeps jumping down and just killing us shit. And he's like,
can't hold me back,
Now look at him, he's on stage jumping around, and it was what he was supposed to be doing. So It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, but life as a, yeah, you know, it's cool. I mean, you know, shout out to the positive energy. Shout out to, you know, to the energy that's, you know, once you find it. Like, I was like, keep it real. I was a super alcoholic. I was really doing it really bad, you know. So a lot of those years I spent in Colorado, like, I moved out here December 2010.
Okay.
And I've been out here for that long, and I've been sober from alcohol for about 19 months.
Damn,
Yeah,
well,
maybe 19
props
months.
to you, because that ain't easy, you know
Oh,
what I
no,
mean?
fuck no.
So,
it was a wrap for me when I was done with it. You know, shout out to the people who helped make that happen. Ray Della Vega, you know. Shout out to you, bros. Nothing but love, bro. That's real shit.
overcoming
That's
some real
other
shit.
Yeah, that's one of those overcoming some real shit. Shout out to Ray Della Vega, real shit.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But anyway, no more alcohol. I ain't fuck with it. You know, I don't need it in my life. I'm around it all the time. People are like, how do you be around it? I'm like, damn, I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm over it. It's like, listen, man, I like making music. I like the fact that these people like my shit. I'm able to coherently feel that they like my shit. I can remember that they like my shit. I can remember people. They have fun fucking with
It's all more clear now.
It's way more clear. So it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's a good feel. Really a good feeling. It's like, that's what I'm doing it for. I didn't start off being an alcoholic saying, hey, I can rap and I just happen to have talent. Nigga, no, I was rapping. I was putting words together for quite a long time. So, yeah.
Got you.
Shout out.
Shout outs to that, man. Overcoming some real shit, y'all. For real. So last year at the gathering, I caught your set, and we were wondering if you're going to be performing at the Supa gathering this year. Maybe, possibly. Hopefully. I'm hoping so.
You know, I never want to answer a question that I have no clue how, I have no control over. So it's really hard to answer that question because I really have no control over it. Neither me or Scum have any control over that scenario.
I got you.
You know, that's definitely, I know the fans want us to play that, you know, obviously.
Absolutely.
I would say if you would like us to play, you would send a video request to them. Say, hey, you know,
Let them know.
You know, people I would like to see at Triple MFD or Insane Poetry, you know, or Scum, any, you know, LSP. They know. They already know. So
they know what we want to see.
Yeah. So it's like, if we're invited, it works.
Put the energy out there.
I would love to do it. It's the 20th anniversary. It's been absolutely the bombest shit ever for me of my career. I've met a lot of good people through the gathering. I always got love for ICP. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That has nothing to do with anything. I got love for the motherfuckers. I got love for the opportunity to see it created. So I'm always gonna show love in that direction, regardless. But I'm just gonna say this because, you know, I know things are beyond just that level when it comes to artistry and business and everything like that. That, you know, they will pick and choose who they feel fits their 20th anniversary. We may or may not fit it. I don't know what, in that case, that's not going to stop us from moving at all. We got to keep doing it, you know. This wouldn't be the first time, you know. I don't know. You know, like I said, we would love to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you because it's huge. You know, I always have fun there, and not only that, it's just, you know, the connecting with people you haven't seen in a long time, haven't met ever. It's always really a good atmosphere. I mean, that's the most ingenious thing I ever thought of or been around was the gathering, and you know, I hope that we get invited, man. It would be dope. It would be dope. So, you know, yes. Shout out to the boys out there. Actually, they got the album coming out. The new album is getting ready to drop too. So.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you about that here in a second. Definitely. FFF. Fight back.
Yes.
So yeah, any like standout moments in general that you've had at the gathering? Just like shit that just like blew your wig. You know what I mean? Just a great ass moment.
Yeah. Okay. I've had a few. I played my first gathering, I think it was 2008. 2007, 2008, one of the two. Drove all the way from California. It took 31 hours to get there.
Damn, all the way from Cali.
We had to be on stage, the second stage, and it was in Cave and Rock. We had to be on the second stage at 4 We got there at 3:30 and had no clue, had never seen anything like this ever. And it was just like,
insanity.
what the fuck is going on here? And we have no clue what to do. And we're supposed to be on stage by a certain time. It was nerve-wracking. We got out there and then we noticed one thing. It was fucking hot.
Oh, burning up at 4 p.m.?
It was 4:20 when we went on, actually.
4:20.
It was actually
That's
4:20
right.
when we went on. It's even on YouTube too. So it's like, went on at 4:20, and man, after the first song, my throat was like, oh, screaming at me. And my bro Trey Dizzle, my boy Menace, Alias, he was there too, and we were just like, oh man, we soldiered through it for 30 minutes. And it was my first episode at the gathering, so I got to see it, but I never got to because I had to drive back home. So it was like it was there that night.
Oh, just boom.
Woke. We didn't really sleep hour or two, bam, and we had to get up out of there. I had to go back to work, so I had to drive back to California. So I really didn't get to experience the gathering like the first time I went when I considered it, because I actually tented. We did the tent thing and slept at the gathering. Yeah, we did the real deal. So me and my ex and her friends and Liquid Assassin, we picked up Liquid Assassin, and we drove from Denver to Cave and Rock, Illinois. It was crazy, and Liquid had got some fireworks on the way.
That sounds like
he got mortars. So we got there, and he was like, Cyco, I need you to light these motherfuckers off. When I come out, my nigga, I'm like, okay, I got you.
Ready? You ready?
So, so I lit one, boom, and that shit went up, right? It was like, bam, and he comes out, and then I lit another one, and the shit went low. And, dog, the shit exploded low. Everybody was looking all fucked up and shit, and so Liquid got cussed out. I got cussed out. But that was funny. That was funny to me. Twisted. That was worth it. That was when I met Tech Nine. First night I met Tech Nine.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
I had heard about him for quite a while, and he actually was coming to see Class. I happened to be in Class's spot. I always tell people, he came to see Class, but what happened was I was on stage, and Chris Calico and I think another one of they dudes, some Zilla, I forgot his name, came out on a golf cart, and they heard me rocking, this is it, y'all. Insane Poetry be the shit, y'all, over that Eminem beat. And they just stopped. They was on the golf cart rocking out. And it was like, who the fuck is this nigga right here? And it's like after the clowns went on, so it was like 1 a.m. And Tech was coming through, and he called us doing No Mercy live, tying bitches up on stage and all that shit. Dope. And it was just live. A lot of people was there, and it was rocking out. And then when I got off stage, he came and greeted me. It was like, man, that shit was fire. We talked, exchanged. I told him it was the first time I ever seen him, because it was the first time I ever seen him live. I always heard about him, and I always thought Busta Rhymes was the dopest I've seen live. Cool. But to see Tech was like, him and Chris was on another level. So him we was talking, we was chopping. I said, hey, let me get a pic real quick. I don't do this shit, but let me get a pic. Motherfuckers ain't gonna believe it. So we took a quick pic. I said, if God bring you back in my life, we'll meet each other again. And sure as hell, I met him like 5-6 times ever since then. So, he I'm shout out to Tech.
A little bit of history with Tech. That's dope. Very dope.
Yes, shout out to Big Tech. He shows me, man. Oh, Tech Nine. Hey.
And Chris Calico?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The whole squad, strangers in the building. I mean, whatever you say, you guys support all this, man. It's all movement, all independent movement. It just shows. Absolutely. It shows anybody of any nature that if you got a business mind and got people around you that's in the right state of mind, and you put the right music out, you can get to that level. Tech is showing us all we can do that. So definitely look at that.
Make it happen.
Yes.
And hell yeah! Speaking of which, I know on the social media outlets, I've been seeing some new merch that's dropping.
Yeah.
By Mr. 8 Legs.
Beer, but it's no beer. I don't drink. Mr. 8 Legs.
It's Venom.
Yeah.
And the Smalls One thing that Tom Wood did, that's pretty fresh
out to Tom
too.
Wood. Oh my
Damn.
God. Oh man, good.
That shit is fire. All that shit is fire. The new merch.
Indeed,
the new Smalls One
like
artwork.
I said, shout out to Tom Wood. His artwork, his artistry, his vision, and it captured, and you can see it in the way he presents it, man. And it's definitely different. I fuck with Tom very well. He hooked me up, that's for sure. And definitely Smalls.
Talented dude.
You know,
Talented dude.
Smalls
for sure.
is that's our sis. You know, she's ready to get back
shout out
into
to
it.
Smalls one.
Shout out to Smalls. Indeed. Shout out to everybody on LSP. My man Hex Rated. You know, JP the Hustler class. Damian Quinn. Scum.
The whole LSP.
Man, Death Were Told. Fly and E in the building. Lynch downstairs.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of us. Razor. Shout out to Razor. Shit, man. Trying to make sure I don't forget somebody, because everybody get forgetting when you
all
just
the
like, I smoke
shout-outs.
all the time. I smoke all the time, so I'll be forgetting shit. You know, I don't mean to do that to nobody, but anyway, anybody I forget, just take it up with me later. Love y'all.
Yeah, we'll smoke later, you know,
Yes.
so it's all good. So yeah, and then also y'all got some new music coming out soon.
Yes, new
New triple MFD,
Working right
motherfuckers.
now. That's why I'm in here. I'm in here
So-
right now. Every day. That's
And
why
you're
you see me
working
with
hard.
Venom. Yeah.
With that
I drink
Venom.
one of these, maybe one of these a day. Maybe, I think 2 to 3 a week I take one of these and shit like that. I got 2 of them because I thought I was going to be up all day. And I have been. I'm tired. But it don't stop.
Never stops. Never stops.
It don't stop.
We don't sleep.
No.
Sleep is for the dead.
Oh, well, yeah. We'll nap a bit.
We'll nap a little bit.
I'm going to try to take a little bit. Yeah.
So y'all, coming up very soon is the Axis Family Tour. And it's going to be AXE and AMB and Triple MFD going on tour, the acronym tour and shit. It's going to be going down, y'all.
MMMFD, make my motherfucking day. Cut your limbs off clean, make my motherfucking day. Triple MFD, make my motherfucking day. Hell yeah. We're coming.
Y'all better not miss out. Get out to your town, your local show. Don't miss out on that shit. Because if you do...
Yeah, we can. You're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
For real again. Like I said, AMB, AXE, Triple MFD. Yeah, it's going to be cracking.
Come out and show the love, y'all, wherever you're at, wherever you may be. And also, I wanted to give a big thank you from Carnival Spirits for that track
Okay.
that's going to be going on the mixtape. I mean, it was originally supposed to be a verse, and it turned into a track, and that's what's up. Just a big thank you from Carnival Spirits for that, for sure.
Shout out
for
to
sure.
Carnival Spirits. Shout out to my dude Doug and everything. You know, I had got something together, and at right timing is everything. And so it was a song I really wish I could. I wish I had put out myself, because it's dope.
I've heard it's fire.
It's
so
dope. I really.
so I'm excited to peep
I'm
that.
glad they got it, and I'm glad it's in some good hands and stuff like that. So yeah, shout
Well,
out
much
to
love for
Carnival
that.
Spirits. Word
Much
up.
love. And then another little project that happened kind of recently. Any plans for like a possible tour with the Nomads, the project that you did with Chucky?
I would, yeah.
DRP?
Yeah, I would. That would have to be orchestrated in some scenarios that work out for everybody. But we've all discussed it. We would love to do it. I just saw Chucky do something in San Diego with Shaggy 2 Dope and Ouija Mac tour. So I just saw him and Hex out there rocking out. So shout out to them boys out there.
Nice.
DRP, he's going to be in Vegas here soon, rocking out, doing some metal stuff. So we're all doing our solo things, but when we can get it together and make it work out, we'll make it work.
That'd be super fresh.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to them boys out there.
Hell yeah, making moves, y'all.
Yeah, no shit.
So, speaking of making moves, as a business person, to a business person, is there any, good piece of advice that you have out there for anyone that wants to start their own business or that is running their own business?
Learn marketing.
Learn marketing.
Learn marketing, branding and marketing. That's all you got to be concerned with, because having capital. I mean, that has to be part of it too. But
Right.
you can have capital and not know what to do with it, and it goes nowhere. So
And then it goes poof.
yeah. So learn marketing, learn branding, and get those kind of people around in your circle. Because until you do that, you're only, like I said, it depends on everybody's end game ain't the same. One artist his end game might be to be signed with another label, and another person's end game is I don't want to do that. I want to do the shit myself. But that part of the game is a different route. You have to your whole vision has to change, and you have to think differently about things when you're doing it by yourself. Because truthfully, nothing is being done at a big rate, at any rate, by yourself. There's no, you just can be the artist, and
there's a team.
It's just a team, and the team is this solid. That's why certain artists that you saw 10 years ago that had certain things that may have still that exist now, they had to let go of some things, and certain things weren't going to elevate them.
Right.
And, and that's basically a mind state. It's like you get around people that have a mind state of elevation, and you get around people who have the mind state of comfortability. You're going to sooner or later come to a impasse. You're going to have to change lanes with that.
Right. Are you going to stop, or are you going to keep moving?
Yeah, that's
right.
pretty much what it is.
Oh yeah, pick some driven team members.
Yeah, that takes that.
Get that marketing together, y'all.
Because there'd be times I'll be tired as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired as fuck right now. But you know what? Don't stop me from making music, because I know that's what's gonna bring me back the energy that I'm looking to get. So I get to go work because of that shit like that, man. So
keep pushing.
Yeah. And plus, I got other things I gotta, bring out that doesn't even have anything to do with the music, because the music is, you're advertising. I mean, any artist out there, if you're looking or you watch this or whatever, just think about yourself as you are the brand. No matter where you go, if you're gonna be on somebody else's shit, just look at your bargaining chip as you. You have to distinguish what you are. What are you?
You are your brand.
You are your brand.
Yeah.
You don't really look at that like that. Then you want to be. And want somebody to put the titty in the mouth and all that. They're not doing that. Those days are gone. That's an out of here type thing. And I'm old, and I already been on that shit. So it's like, stop it. If you want to be successful, or just be the in-house, do it as a hobby. Then I'm not mad at that. Do music how you feel, how it comes from the heart from you. But I'm saying have a plan. That's the whole thing. Is what is your plan? If you can't execute that, then you kind of have to, and a lot of times it has to do with revenue sources, and having revenue doesn't guarantee you're going to be a winner, because the team is the winner. You got to be on a team. You got to have a team of
collective
collective minds who think like you, and get you out of, you have to be, Jay-Z wasn't where he's at without a Dame Dash, and Dame Dash is not without Jay-Z, and they're not without Biggs and all that. They didn't achieve those shits without those three together, and so people forget all that, so that's my rant.
Well, I can dig it. It takes a team, y'all.
It's just real shit. Coming from the L, real shit, OG.
Yeah, that's right. So, are you anticipating this new Joker's card? I know we were talking about that a little bit ago. FFF, Fearless Fred, about to hear this shit on Friday. So I don't know. I feel like this is a highly anticipated Joker's card.
It's kind of weird for me, because I'm not into ICP's music like that, so I don't know Joker's cards from Joker's cards or anything like that. I just know I've watched them play live sets, and I like some of the live sets they've done. So and people say, "Oh, that's Hellspit," or "That's the Great Milenko." I like the Great Milenko. Love that record.
Great Milenko.
Great record.
Oh yeah.
But I can't say I follow the Joker's cards and all that stuff like that. I'm into whatever crowd grabs me. I'm so much into whatever I'm doing at the moment, which is usually my own shit, or the people around me. I can't even put it has to be shit that just excites me, like certain artists I've always listened to. I'm always reaching to hear their new shit regardless. But other than that, I'm just going through, and there's no hate to all the other artists out there, but they ain't listening to my shit either. I know that. Now, ask them, are they listening to Insane Poetry? Somebody should ask those niggas, are they listening to Insane Poetry?
Go ask them
if I'm listening to their shit.
Somebody fucking ask them,
what I'm saying? For real. They're not listening to my shit, so so and there's no hate. I'm not mad at that, none of that shit, man. That's real shit. I respect them dudes. That's what it is.
Hell yeah. I just feel like they've been talking about it for so long.
But am I looking forward to hearing that new record? I am, after seeing that video and that song. That shit's pretty fucking hot. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm into music and shit. I like it. I dig it. So yeah, I'm seeing what they're coming with.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really interested in Triple MFD's new shit. That's what I'm really interested in.
That's what I'm saying. So when can we look forward to some new Triple MFD to be actually dropping? Like
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. All right. Well, I'm be keeping my ear out for that shit.
Yeah.
Be keeping my eye out for that.
Yeah, we're gonna be on tour. We get off tour. We dropping shit. We got a lot of shit coming up. We're doing videos, all kind of shit. We
Y'all,
staying busy.
keep your faces peeled. Don't miss out on that new
Indeed.
Triple MFD that's about to be dropping.
Indeed.
Blowing wigs. For real. So, the future of insane poetry. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
That's a good question. Still,
Just to kind of wrap it all up.
where do I see myself in 5 years? Not doing live music anymore. 5 years, no, I don't think live music will be performing live music. Probably not. I don't think so. Special occasions maybe. There's so many other vast things I'm involved in outside of that, music. It depends on, like I said, the conduit of music brings you to the conduit of other things, and you have to flow with the spirit of that. And as long as I stay positively, not only driven, but making the right decisions financially, I'll be all right. I ain't worried about that. That's where I'm at with it right now. So, that's where I see myself in 5 years of being way more in a better place. I'm just trying to make sure my health allows me to be there too. So, but mind state, I'm definitely on that. Driven to those degrees, and really, I really want to be part of an expansion on the LSP thing. So we know what it is. We already know where we're going at and stuff like that. We're trying to conquer Westeros for all you Game of Thrones motherfuckers out there. We're going to conquer Westeros. Don't get it fucked up. We don't play by y'all rules. You know that.
Y'all heard it.
We don't play by y'all rules. We play by our rules. We for the underground. We are for the real underground. The culture of that shit. Don't get it fucked up. You always get it real from us. That has never been no issue with us. So don't confuse us with none of that extra shit. We don't do it. We don't play it. We come on our angle, and that's what's real.
See, that's what I love about the underground. It's raw as fuck, and you're gonna get it how it is. So that's what's up.
Shout out to all the motherfuckers, all my people who support the underground. I don't give a fuck what you call yourself. You're a juggalo. You're a 17er. You're a ninja,
whatever
the hell you call yourself.
As long as you're showing love out there.
Show your favorite rap. Support your rapper, bro. Support your dude that the underground, the underdogs. If you fuck with the underground like that, fuck with them like that. The other dudes, they already straight. They already sold their soul.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much, Insane Poetry.
Yes,
and
indeed.
any last words for the people?
Shout out to my team, LSP. That's what I'm saying. Everything
LSP all day?
Yeah, on the L's. Shout out to my team.